for physiotherapy. Okay, you got so the definition of management is all the activity and task undertaken by one or more person for the purpose of planning and controlling the activity in order for one to achieve that objective or to complete an activity that could not be achieved when acting independently. So we look at the five different components that leads to management. So first you'll have your planning, organizing, then you have staffing, directing and controlling. So in terms of your planning, you have defining your objectives and the purpose of reaching them. Then organizing, you want to look at um, creating a structure of relationship that will enable the employees to carry out the management plans and to meet the objectives. Then you want to select and train staff that are appropriate and equip them with certain skills for the position in the organization. And then in directing, you want to lead them in terms of communicating and motivating to perform the task in order to achieve the organization's objectives. In controlling, you want to look at organizing and monitor the performance and obviously take action if the performance is not up to scratch. So management is dynamic process, is not an end goal. So we're not looking at having one thing that will stop. So you need to, it's a continuous process. You want to achieve objectives that will lead to goals and therefore develop more. All right. Management systems should allow you to work smarter and not harder. All right. Management roles. So you want to achieve the objective. You want to create and implement plans. So you want to organize, supervise, control others for more productive outcome. Then here you look at the different levels. Okay, so you got senior management, which is your top, middle management, and then junior management. Um, if you look at the department in terms of physiotherapy, this when you look at the head of department, which is Michael, and then you got your senior lecturer, which is Dr. Stale, Liesel, and Prof. Phillips. Then junior management, you'll have myself and Shamla, so the junior levels, junior employees. Then there's type of management styles that you want to look at, and obviously it's different management styles will look at different um, type of businesses and suits different personality and skill leaders. So yes, so you have autocratic. So when we look at autocratic, it's independent decision making power without consulting the employee. So this could result in a dependency of employees. Okay, paternalistic. Um, Best interest of the employees and business as a priority, so a balance between work and play, incorporated and respected. So democratic, here we have employees that are involved in the decision making process, and this is your PR or okay, management by role is peripheral. Staff manage their own sector of their business, and management by walking around is proactive listeners. So here we look at the skills pyramid, very self-explanatory. So we have leadership, which looks at time management and self-management. Then, in order for staff to kind of achieve this, they need to be motivated. They need to have training and be coached, and they must also have involvement. But before that is able to achieve, your foundation will look at whether you plan it efficiently. Is it organized? Do we have the correct leadership? And are we being monitored and continue the process? Okay, so in level one, we spoke about the planning, the organizing, the directing, the control. And level two, we want to motivate, we want to train and equip staff with new skills and techniques to achieve those goals and employee involvement. So if the employee is not wanting to involve, it's going to be difficult to achieve these goals. And then thereafter, you want to look at self-management and time management. How do you develop yourself? How do you manage your time better? How do you want to look at uh, doing certain courses to improve the skill that you have? Then, of course, the third one, the last one will be your leadership, the skills that develop the success in your management. So these are the type of words that I want you to know and have a definition for. that I can ask you for definitions. So read up about it. Okay. So strategic management. So strategic management is a process for developing an enacting plan to reach long-term goals that takes into account internal variables and external factors. So with the strategic management, there are 5 components that are identified. So you have goal setting, you have analysis, strategy formation, strategy implementation, and strategy monitoring. So if you look at it in terms of a pyramid, you want to set a goal. Okay, so it could be a broad goal or a very specific goal. Then what you do is you start analyzing how we can actually achieve that goal. And then we start formulating ways in order we can achieve that goal. Once we have implemented, once we have thought about what we want to do, how we're going to do it, how we're going to achieve it, we do implementation. And we reassess to see if this implementation worked or not. And if not, let's go back to the start and set, is it the goal too high or is it too low? Can we do it again? Right. So this is just in simple explanation. So your goal setting is like your vision and your mission statement. Then your analysis looks at your SWOT, what can be done about it, and then your formation. Are we doing the right thing? Are we reviewing the results? Is there any alternative strategies or plans that can make this change? Then strategy implementation is to actually put the plan into action and execute it and see if it's going to work. And if it's not, then you'll go to the strategic monitoring phase. Is it not working? What is not working? Why is it not working? So the strategic approach, you want to orientate towards the future. You want to recognize in the changing of the external environment, proactive response to events rather than to react, right? Then external emphasis on the pest analysis, right? As you can read up on what pest stands for, okay? And then you want to concentrate on a good fit between the environment and the organization, right? Strategy is a process, so you want to, it's not going to be absolute. We're going to be constantly monitoring, reflecting, changing based on the strategic approach. Right, so now we're looking at vision and mission. So vision is a strategic vision that prepares the organization for the future. It establishes a long-term direction. So where mission is like your nature of your business, your responsibility to stakeholders. Yeah, you provide objective, a framework on how your business kind of it works, okay, and developmental objectives. So goals, your goals are broader, okay? Oops. Your goals are broader, and then in terms of a smart format, your objectives, they're quantified and measurable. Targets are specific and short term. So now we're looking at the different types of businesses that you can have available.